Okay, so hi everybody. My name is Amanda Nduka. Welcome to Deadline's virtual Sundance studio. So we are here with The Blazing World. I'd like to welcome co-writer, director, and actress Carlson Young.
Yay!
Hey.
Thanks for having me. All
And
of us.
actors Udo Kier, Dermot Mulroney. Sorry, I'm getting a little tongue-tied. Mulroney. Mulroney and Vanessa Shaw.
Yay!
Hey guys, thank you for joining us today. So Carlson, you were at Sundance in 2018 with The Blazing World, the short.
Yes.
So was it always in the plan to make it into a feature length?
Yes, it was. Some good advice that I got was to make it into a short first, or else probably no one would let me direct it. Which is probably true. So yes, I made it into a short first, and was very fortunate to be embraced by the Sundance community and be, showing its full iteration here again.
Yeah. So can you just talk about, I mean, this film, your character, Margaret, is at the center of it. She witnessed this very tragic, event of her sister drowning. And then when she was younger, and then we kind of see how she's grappling with it when she gets older. And there's just so much different elements to this film. There's slasher, there's goth, there's fantasy, there's so many layers to it. So I have to ask you, what was the inspiration behind this film?
Well, at its inception, I was very inspired by Margaret Cavendish, who in 1666 wrote what is considered the first sci-fi fantasy prose novel ever written, let alone by a woman. So I was actually studying her in school, and at the same time having recurring dreams about this gaping black hole. And I started to dissect the dream and, flesh out the story and the message that I was, I was trying to seek the meaning of the dream. And yeah, it's been a long journey. I'm a horror kind of genre gal, a freak at heart. So I wanted to combine all of those elements and create something unique.
And what was your experience like directing this film, and you're starring in it, you co-wrote it? How did you balance that? What was that experience like for you?
It was a wonderful experience. I really enjoyed shaping everything from the ground up creatively, and directing myself is nice because I know what I'm looking for in a performance, and I know what beats I want to hit. And getting into these great actors' heads was really one of the most incredible experiences of my life, and I hope to have many more with these guys. It was a dream come true working with working with Dermot and Vanessa and Udo. I mean, it was a dream come true on all fronts.
Yeah, and for the actors, can you guys just, I'm curious, what were your initial thoughts when you read this, and what drew you to this project? Why was it so important for you to be a part of it? Udo, we can start with you since you're on my right.
I read the script and I liked the script, and then Carlson came and visited me here where we now. And because for me it's important that I like the people I work with, especially the directors. Otherwise, I wouldn't do a movie. And we had a great conversation about modern art and about Dali and things like that. And I liked her and Brenton, the producer. So it was much earlier than actually the shooting was going on. And I liked the character very much. There
Did
was
anything in particular stick out about this role?
What's that?
Did anything in particular stick out about this role that really drew you to it, or did you connect to your character in some way that really?
No.
Okay.
That was the good thing, and that I did not find anything that had to do with me. It had to do with an invention of her fantasy. And it is always great to play fantasy roles. I mean, that's why when I was much, much younger, I did for Andy Warhol Dracula and Frankenstein. They were invented. Vampires is an inventing thing, so you have a lot of freedom to create. And
Mhm.
it was for Carlson film when, which I must say, first of all, not talking about myself, talking about her, she did an amazing work, and her acting is. I just saw the film the first time,
Mhm. Oh, wow.
unfortunately on a small computer, but her way of acting without acting, that's what I like. It is
Mhm.
not like this famous, big numbers.
Mhm.
And I like the script. I like to go when I went there, and I like to work. And it was a very beautiful community of people working. We were all locked in, and there was no star system, which
Mm.
is wonderful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And go ahead, Vanessa or Dermot. Do you want to
Oh,
take?
oh, I
Yeah.
can go ahead.
Okay.
Well, actually, I met Carlson and the producer Brinton on a movie that we worked on in November of 2019. And it was called 12 Mighty Orphans, a very different movie, all American movie than this one. And Carlson and I were very different roles. And, but we all bonded on that movie. And I think what drew me to this was Carlson's personal letter to me, and I could kind of tear up about it.
Mhm.
It was so gracious and so creative. The way that she shows her passion is kind of second to none. I mean, she's just so enthusiastic about creating this world and knew it backwards and forwards. And I could feel that just in her letter. And then she sent me a video message saying she would love me to be in this movie. And so I was just completely floored by her sincerity.
Mhm.
And then pretty much I had to read it very fast because they were going into production really quickly.
Mhm.
Um, and the producer called me and said, I'm so sorry to put this pressure on you in the middle of a pandemic. Would you even be willing to basically risk your life to do this movie? And I said, with the combination of what you're saying and what Carlson said to me, I am sold. I'm willing to try and do this safely with all of you. So,
Mhm.
and basically when I read the script, I had to read it fast, but I just saw the sparks in there of, the world that she was going to create, and was able to talk to her about it. And first of all, with my character, I really felt her pain
Mhm. Mhm.
and felt I could convey it well within the scope of this fantasy world that opens up before our eyes. So that's why I was drawn to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Dermot.
Hey,
Hey.
I was really touched by the script too, and I love hearing why Udo and Vanessa
Mhm.
came into it, but I didn't know anything about it or anything, so I just said yes and opened my heart to Carlson. I made it my assignment to do exactly what she wanted in the part. And in her images were so clear the way the script was written. And when I saw the movie, it blew me away at how much it looked exactly like it was so uniquely described. It had that much.
That's right.
It just really lived up to its promise.
Yeah.
The script to the visuals. But once I looked deeper into the character, what I really liked is it's not that often that I'm asked to really tap into um, the depths of that kind of like rage or resentment and all of that in the roles that I've been asked to play many times. That's not the assignment. So here it was, and such a great opportunity for me as a male to be involved in
Mhm.
really a female trauma release movie. I knew that Carlson and Brinton, the production, Vanessa, I knew and already loved from being
Yeah.
Aaron, the Save the Whales movie in Alaska from many years ago. But so I knew I was in a safe environment. because I wanted to do exactly what Carlson wanted, because it was from a dream too,
Yeah.
which is so important in movies, cinema, and dreams for me, even if it's just, what movie it was? I think I was Living in Oblivion. You know, I've been in a lot of movies that have to do with somebody's need to work through something that it was bugging them in a dream. I've been in a number of those, so I love that assignment too.
Yeah, Carlson, the way you put everything together, it's so impressive. So just lastly, with you know, with themes that are very relevant to, I think, especially now, with themes of loss and grief and kind of coping with loss and all that stuff. What do you hope people take away from this film when they see it?
Yeah, you know, everybody, you know, takes different things away from a film. I don't want to put too much on it, or have too many expectations. But what would be really nice, I think, is if the film, you know, was thought provoking for people, or maybe made them think, you know, self-reflect a bit about maybe their life, or any familial trauma that's happened for them, and just kind of the idea of we repeat what we don't repair. So
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Perfect way to end it. Thank you guys
Yeah.
for joining
Thank
us
you.
today. Yeah. Thank you so much. And congrats on the
Thank
film.
you.
thank you so much.
Thank you.